Welcome back to episode 125 of the Cheesehead and the Bear podcast. You have Cheesehead number 1, Connor Kelly.
Cheesehead number 2, Mason Berg, signing in.
Got the Bear, Brennan Oates.
And the Viking, Alex Rudinger.
And the Lion, Evan Schuster.
Special guest.
There you go.
Full
Is this,
NFC North.
I'm trying to think, what, second or third Lions fan now? Obviously, we got the Honolulu guys, so...
I think it's the second.
Yeah,
second?
Yeah.
But I think this is also the first time
It's been
we've had
actually
a
on
full
ours.
NFC North.
Yes.
Also, I don't know if we ever had one where all
Honolulu
teams
cheese
were here.
guys.
We definitely collabed with them like 2 months ago, but hey, it's all good.
Yeah,
we love
no,
you, Honolulu guys.
Were all of us here?
Yes.
Okay, well then I was wrong.
We were
I
talking
couldn't
about Kyler
remember.
Murray. I know that, so that's all I remember. Can't remember what it was.
Oh,
for.
yes, you were.
I honestly
the
can't
first time
remember.
we did it, Alex, it was
First
just me
time,
and you.
first time, no.
Yes, it
First
was
time,
just
no.
me and
Second
Connor.
time, yes.
That was the time zone.
Yes,
time zone
that,
gate.
that was the
Hey,
that was
guys,
the first time
Michigan's
zone
in a
difference.
different time zone. If you didn't know,
It is.
the more you know. Shout out the podcast.
And speaking of Michigan, Evan, give the listeners and just me, myself, and everyone else listening just a little bit about yourself, what you like to do, who you're rooting for, why
What do you like to
Detroit.
do?
What's your social security number?
What are your
I mean,
hobbies?
Yeah, exactly.
Your
you know.
mother's maiden name.
What
name
is
of your
your
first
middle name?
pet. Yeah.
Favorite color by
What's your shoe
chance?
size?
You know?
Show me your feet.
Whoa.
So Lions fan all my life, Detroit all around. I'm actually a teacher. This is my first year. I just completed it teaching history, middle school, 8th grade. Always repping with the Lions flag in the room so they know what's coming this year. We're due for a Super Bowl. That's what I've been telling them all year. Other
Delusion.
than that, big movie guy. I went to SVSU, ran track there for a little bit at Saginaw Valley State. Small school in mid-Michigan, but yeah, so now I'm coaching and teaching.
Hell
Are
yeah.
you coaching track?
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
What event?
Long jumps my main, and then I also do sprints.
God, I would cook you in both, but that's for another day.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
That is
Everyone agree
crazy
with that.
hearing another
Yeah.
teacher. It's not often you hear another dude teacher. So
Oh,
yeah,
here we go. Full
These
team.
guys are
fellow
best
teacher
friends.
right here. We
Nice.
love it.
Nice.
We love it so much. The kids are great. Kids are fantastic nowadays.
Of course.
They're wonderful.
Everyone agree again. Everyone agree
Yeah.
again.
Agrees.
Yes.
Last
yes.
last
Get
question.
a room.
God.
Evan-
Evan, I have a question though. Rank like your top three like sports in order that you like watching.
It'll go football, basketball, baseball will be top 3.
Nice.
So
You guys
it's-
actually
it's
have a hockey team out
Lions.
there, so we don't get to watch hockey that much.
Yeah, well, there's not much to talk about in recent years. Red Wings.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Red
Red Wings
Wings.
are great.
Could just
Same
join the
with
Buffalo
Tigers.
Sabres train.
Who was in the Stanley Cup this year and lost? I can't remember.
Who was there? Who was there? How about that?
Second place.
Yeah. Shut up.
First loser.
Loser.
Cedars never win, except for a couple
All right.
times.
No more hockey. Enough hockey. We don't watch hockey.
that's
We
all
don't
we
like
needed.
talking about hockey. We're just going to get right into it, gentlemen. Starting off with our NFL segment, we're going to do some Lions schedule predictions, then give our QB rankings, and then after that we'll do some NBA draft recap because that happened last night, including Giannis trade talks and their big-ass haul that they got. We will be talking about that as a lot of Bucks fans here. And if there's time, we need to fill in some time here. Maybe a 17-0 game. We'll see.
I think we just do it once or twice just for fun.
Just for the hell of it, might as well. We'll throw in a 17-0 game at the end, see if we can build a 17-0 NFL team. Connor was cooking a little bit earlier, so we got to
I
keep
gotta
it
load
going.
it up. The 17-0 is coming.
Yep. Maybe a couple Lions players on there. Who knows?
I doubt
And
it.
speaking of Lions, Alex, if you would like to get that schedule up and ready, we
Got
will
it.
get through this Lions schedule prediction. I'm very excited for this because obviously they were at the bottom of the NFC North last year, and now
Where? The where? Where were
bottom.
they?
At the bottom. So it's
Where?
it's interesting to see how this will go, especially because we've been talking a lot about Dan Campbell being on the hot seat in Detroit. So
Nah,
This
he's
is a
fine.
big
Going
year,
to
big
three?
season.
Just
I
keep
disagree
him.
massively.
No, he's a
It's
great
when you
coach.
go from the lows
honestly.
of Matt Patricia, there's a fine line between hot seat or not.
Right,
Dude,
right. I think
OC
I don't think.
Merchant, man.
I don't.
Hey,
They
shiny
just
shit's
took,
better
just
than
took
not
last.
shiny
If they
shit.
take last again, dude, you guys are screwed.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
New shiny shit is better than old gross shit, right?
Hey,
That's
fair
what they
enough.
say. That's
Don't
what they
think
say.
I've heard that one before,
This
but
is crazy.
That's what they say.
people be saying
That's
that.
what everyone says.
That's
I
what they
heard
say.
that. I hear that
Word
all
on
the
the
time.
street. Yes.
Never,
They be
never
saying it.
actually. No one says that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Lock it in. Here we go. Week 1 at home, starting off the season versus the New Orleans Saints.
It'll be a blowout. Lions will take it. I don't think there should not be any objections to that.
I like.
No.
I can give you one. I can give you one win.
I like it. I like it.
I
All
appreciate
right,
that.
we're audio the over.
Week 2, hitting the road, playing Buffalo, the Bills.
It'll be a shootout. But more often than not, the Bills have our number. I'm gonna say we chalk that one a loss. Thursday night football on a short week.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Week 3, back at home, playing the poverty New York Jets.
Hot take. I'm gonna say we're gonna win this one.
That's
Starting
spicy.
2-1.
That's
Yeah.
spicy. It's a spicy take right there.
Okay.
The hot take is that it'll be a close game for some reason.
That's honestly probably true.
Plan revenge game, bro. Come on.
Low key.
5 picks out of Jared Goff.
Okay.
God.
This
All
guy.
right. Week 4 on the road in Carolina, playing the Panthers.
Yeah, I think Carolina's gonna regress a bit this year. I think that's a win.
Like it.
Interesting.
All right. Week 5, still on the road, going to Arizona, playing the Cardinals.
Carson Beck does not scare me in the slightest. I think that's also gonna be a win.
I like it. All right,
Another
4-1
hot take
so
right
far. Heading into week 6, where you guys do have the bye week. Immediately
Ooh, who do we
coming
have,
out
bye
of
week?
the bye, you guys are at home versus the Green Bay Packers.
This was probably the hardest game to predict for this season because coming off a bye, I want to say we'll be well prepped for it. There was just something about me that just couldn't say we get the win. So I think Packers are going to take it at home in Detroit.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
All
gonna be a
right.
big week for the Packers too, just depending on
It
if
is.
Mike is coming back and if we're gonna be fully healthy by then. So
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
hopefully,
he-
hopefully.
that's crazy. He keeps getting pushed back, and it's
Yeah.
like, what is going on?
I'll believe it when I see it. He'll be on the field week 1.
All right.
All right. Anyways, moving on from delusion to some
He'll be
possible,
there, right? He'll be there
some
week
po-
1.
some possible new delusion for week 8. You guys are still at home playing the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I don't think this one will be particularly close. I'm saying at least a 20-point win.
Love
Hey.
that.
Notice how I prefaced it with that whole delusion point, just in case this happened. All right, no, that's cool. That's cool. I get it. Ending the 2-week home stretch after the bye, you guys travel to Miami to play a familiar foe in Malik Willis, playing the Dolphins, week 9.
Again, I think that's going to be a win for us. I will say Malik Willis, played great last year in his backup role, but I think he is honestly a bit of a product of Matt LaFleur and his offense. And so I don't think in Miami he's going to do what he did in Green Bay.
All right, halfway through the season, you guys are sitting at 6-2. Moving on to week 10, you guys are at home playing the Super Bowl runner-ups, the New England Patriots, at home.
I think that's our Germany game, actually. And so, as much as I want to say Amon-Ra will show out for Germany, I do think the Patriots are going to have us in this one.
All right. Moving on. Week 11, you guys are at home, possibly. It doesn't tell me if it's an international game or not. So hopefully from here on out, it's either home or away. But you guys are at home versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for week 11.
Yeah, I think we got that one too.
All right.
Big Baker. Big Mason, what's his name?
Big Dick Slinging Baker, whatever.
Wow.
Yep. That is his nickname. Everybody calls him that.
Everyone calls that.
That's so
week,
tough.
Week 12, third home game now here in a row versus the Chicago Bears.
This is Thanksgiving, dude.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving, and so as much as I want to say we will win, Matt Eberflus is no longer your coach, so we will lose on Thanksgiving this year to the Bears as a consistent.
It's just Thanksgiving, man. It's Lions losing.
I would agree with that out.
Factual.
Yeah, that's
All right,
That Texas and the Lions losing on Thanksgiving.
There it is. I mean, it's almost
the only
always
person
a
that can
given.
do it is Matt Eberflus, bro. That guy sucks.
Moving on, week 13, you guys head to Atlanta to play the Falcons.
I think we're gonna win that one. I think it'll be a big game for Bijan, but in the end, I just don't see the Falcons being able to pull off the win.
All right. You think week 13, who you guys playing there? Is it going to be Tua, Penix, you think is in there?
Either way, I don't think it
Doesn't make a difference.
more or less the same.
I like it.
Yeah,
like
what do we have? 2 at like 30 on our list.
Yes.
Penix is obviously below that, so
I think I had two at like 29, 28, somewhere in there.
Put some respect on the one-time NFL passing leader.
Top 28, you know what I mean?
There we go.
All right. Week 14, back at home, playing the Tennessee Titans.
That's going to be another win right there. Not too concerned about the Titans either.
You don't think the Titans take any steps up this year?
I think they do a bit, but we benefit from such an easy schedule this year, and I just don't see Cam Ward like taking a huge step that's going to like propel them anywhere significant this year.
Interesting.
Agreed.
Yeah. Why might that be? Why do you guys have such an easy schedule this year? Maybe because you have a fourth place
We
schedule.
were prepping for this. This was the plan the whole time. We were injured. We were prepped.
Because week 15, you guys are in Minnesota playing the Vikings. What do we think about that game?
Yeah, we're sweeping you guys this year.
Wow,
Last
I
year
love
was,
that.
was last year the fluke.
Yes.
I don't know what happened in I can't even the Christmas game. I can't even talk back about that game. That might have been the worst football game I've ever watched in my life. There's no shot we do not sweep you guys this year.
Wow.
Well, from getting swept by
stop.
9 to sweeping us. Okay. No, sure. Hey, it's your prediction here. So, whatever you say. We got moving on. We're going to move on. Back at home, week 16 to play the New York Giants. How do we think that one turns out?
It'll be close. I think the Giants will be better than they were last year. Again, last year was just a weird game, weird season. When you have Jameis Winston catching touchdowns against you, there's serious problems in your defense. But I think that Lions will take this one at home this year.
Okay. All right. Now moving on. Week 17 on the road in Chicago playing the Bears.
I'm already seeing it on Brendan's face. I gave Caleb Williams his first win against Detroit this year. He's not getting 2. We're going to go in Chicago, and we're going to win in a cold, low-scoring game in Chicago.
Ooh. Yeah, that's what they
Interesting.
love doing, playing in the cold. That makes sense.
Lose
How'd
at
it go
home,
last year?
but win on the road. I like it.
Yeah, no comeback. You know that.
Week 18, traveling up or over to Lambeau to play the Green Bay Packers to close out the season.
This will be a weird game because I think both teams will be in the playoffs next year, and so it's going to kind of depend on who's playing for what at this point. I just think it's kind of Dan Campbell's MO to not really rest people that much. I think the Packers may be resting people. I think we come in and we win, whether it's we're fighting for a higher spot or not. I think we take this one. We split the series with the Packers this year.
All right, with that, the Detroit Lions record would be 13-4.
My God.
Yikes.
Psychopath.
I
Well,
stand by it. We are winning the North.
It's pretty easy. I'll give them that. But 13, that's a lot of wins.
all those games, every time it was Miami, Arizona, Tennessee, New York. I'm like, I would absolutely probably choose the Lions with this. And every team usually has like a hiccup here and now, but I mean,
Yep.
with that schedule, I don't see why the Lions can't win at least 11.
Mm-hmm.
Jared
Yeah,
Goff's the quarterback. That's why.
Bears have
Oh
been
my!
fourth a lot.
I
And I
cannot
don't
wait
think
for this
we've done
ranking. I
that.
cannot wait for this quarterback ranking. The slander has to stop.
I don't think we
Let's
got
go.
that easy of a schedule, man. That must be nice. They want the Lions back in the playoff. Bad.
What?
Yeah.
All right. So what the guys are kind of talking about here, we have the 1 to 15 QB rankings. If you listened to our episode last week, we kind of were all just going in a circle saying the same name. So what we did for this week is we did a consensus. So kind of what we did for the NFL teams. So I know some of us had some players that we put in the 16 to 32. I did my best. AI did his best, or her best, or their best. Not really sure. But 15, we got Bo Nix. Bo Nix
Okay.
cracks the consensus top 15. Alex, do you remember where you had him?
18.
Right. I knew
Fuck
that.
that
I
guy.
thought it was just funny for you to say it again.
Yep. 18.
The highest was 12 for me, and then the lowest, both at 50, or all of you guys are at 15. Evan, Connor, and Mason. I think it was just kind of filling in that last, quarterback spot. 14. This is kind of when the list starts. 14 is Sam Darnold. Connor had a. You know where you had him last year, Connor? I think he was around this area too.
I think he was around the same. I think I had Sam Darnold at like 14 last year.
Yeah. And then Alex, you had him at 14. Talk to me a little bit about that, Sam Darnold at 14.
I mean, he has had two really good seasons. But I just think all these guys underneath him, I think, given the same situations in the last couple of years, and then even heading into this year, I think I would take them above Sam Darnold. Still, obviously, front half of the league in terms of quarterbacks here in my ranking. So,
Alrighty. And then our 13, Trevor Lawrence. Dude, I have him at 15, and Alex and I at 11. I don't think I have to say much. If you guys listen to the podcast, you kind of know how I feel about Trevor Lawrence.
you hate that guy.
He's just not. He's just. I think he's just a little overhyped. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see kind of how Liam Cohen does in his second year with no really, elite to good running backs. Obviously, Achan or ETN is now gone, so we'll kind of see how that running back group looks. And BTJ, he's gonna have to make a big jump from his kind of, not the greatest second year. We're going to kind of fly through these three because I wanted to get through this one really fast. At number 12, we have Jared Goff at 12.
Okay.
Jared Goff at 12.
Where he deserves to be.
I was the lowest at 14. And
Okay,
then
wow.
Evan, of all people, crazy, I know, was at 8.
And
Evan.
I just texted. By the way, I texted Connor and said I put him at 7. Actually, I'd
Right,
change
right.
my
Oh,
mind.
my goodness.
I will
7.
tell you, it changed nothing for the consensus. So even if you put him
Yeah.
at 7, it wouldn't have changed
I just want
anything.
that on the record.
Right.
There are 6 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Plead your case on why you think Jared Goff is now a top 7 quarterback in the league.
All right, so I feel like he gets so much hate. Me and Connor have talked about this before, where he seems to have like a blow up game every year or a couple blow up games every year. And again, last year he really didn't. He had one rough game against Minnesota where it was more of a fumble and snap issue. But outside of that, in the past, he's always been top 5 in yards, top 5 in completion percentage, top 5 in touchdowns. Comparing him from last year with Darnold, Love, Herbert, Lawrence, and Caleb Williams, he beats them in yardage, in completion percentage, in TD touchdowns, ratio to interceptions, quarterback rating. The only stats that most of the time that they beat him in is rushing stats, which obviously he's not built for that. He's a pocket passer. He's been, I know Connor also doesn't like when I talk about the pass a lot. But the thing is, he's gone to the Super Bowl before. He knows what it takes to win in the playoffs. Again, we're 2 Josh Reynolds catches away from him being a Super Bowl quarterback in recent years. The Commanders game people love to bring up on him. I don't disagree that he played pretty bad that game, but his defense also gave up 38 points. They made Brian Robinson average over 5 a carry, which is no small task. When I know he turned the ball over a lot, but when Amon-Ra, or was it, I think it was Laporta, had more tackles than all of our defensive line that game, that's a big problem. And I
That's a
think it's
pretty
our
good
defense
stat.
that's calling that out more than anything. I think
That's
our
crazy.
line last year was bad, and we improved that a lot. We were a bottom half line last year, and he needs a good line. I'm not going to argue that because he's not mobile. He needs a good line. Uh, Another thing taken into account was weapons that he has. He has arguably the best whole set of weapons in the entire league when it comes to wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. And so I think he's a huge benefit from that. I don't think there's a reason why he shouldn't be winning 12 games this season, going to the playoffs, and being able to march. Frankly, I think he's comparable to all the other quarterbacks around this ranking. I understand when people switch him or drop him below, but frankly, I don't know what those other quarterbacks for the most part have done to warrant them being above him.
That's a good rebuttal right there. Anyone have anything to bring to the Jared Goff conversation?
Oof.
Mason, you want to go? I thought you were going to say, are you not going, Mason?
I mean, I don't hate anything he said, and it's tough to really, like you said, also you could interchange a lot of these guys that are in this list. I mean, the guys that I have above him, I think it's just kind of more recency bias and kind of where they've gone with their teams in the last 2 years. Unfortunately, Goff didn't make the playoffs last year, so I think that kind of has more of an impact on my list than maybe it should. But again, he is a very accurate quarterback. He spoke on his non-mobility that he has, but again, he makes up for it with accuracy and he's got the weapons. So I would not be surprised if he is a top 10 quarterback, and I would not be surprised if he's where, in that 11 to 15. Shouldn't be anywhere lower than 14, 15 though.
I hope not.
I mean, there's if he is, it's a failed season and they're probably
Yeah.
really struggling.
Yep.
I just feel like Jared Goff is one of those guys where you might, at least for me, I take into the factor of how good his team is, like Evan is mentioning, like having Amon-Ra, having Jameson Williams, Gibbs, Laporta, having all of those guys with an offensive powered team. It's hard to not put up the stats that he does. So even though he is the quarterback, he still has to put up the stats, right? He has such an elite unit around him that it's almost hard to not put up the stats. So in my case, it's almost like, what does Jared Goff do that is elite? You could, I guess, say accuracy because he has had games where he's 18 for 18 and stuff like that, which is phenomenal. But at the same time, I feel like if you put a lot of quarterbacks in his position with that team around him, a lot of those guys are also going to be able to succeed, like, and do very, very well for that team. If you put Jared Goff on, I don't know, what's like a mid team, like the Titans, let's say now, like this year, having Wandell, having a rookie in like Cardinal Tate, if you put him on a team like that, I'm not saying the whole team, just as weapons. If you put him on that team, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to put up the stats that he's doing now, just because of the weapons that are around him are not going to be as good. His accuracy is great. All the other aspects around him, I'm not sure if that's good enough for him to be in that top 10 level conversation. I think he's very close, but I think that has to do with the team that he's on and the situation that he's in.
Sure. Also, I'll add to that just a little bit here. I mean, he mentioned that he needs that Jared Goff needs a great offensive line,
Which is fair.
well, last year, 100%. That's a great point, and it's very true. I mean, last year he did not have it. They took fourth in the division. Before that, for the previous 3-4 years before that, they had one of, if not the best offensive line in the league. So yes, like Connor was saying, the stats are there. He has the weapons. He had the offensive line. Now you take that offensive line away. Took fourth. I mean, he still has all the weapons. Obviously, I think one of the more important things than weapons is the offensive line. Ask Joe Burrow. But
Yeah.
it's going to be it. I don't hate having Goff. Obviously, I'm sure bias. I'm positive bias comes into play there a little bit. But I can't blame you for that at all. And I liked everything you said. There's not a whole lot of argument against what you said. at the end of the day, we are arguing, 4 or 5 spots in
Yep.
on the top half of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So
Yep.
They're all in like the same tier. Like these next like 5, 6 guys I feel like are all pretty interchangeable, all off of bias and what you like. So it's close. I feel like there's that tier of like the top 5 guys. Then there's just this mid tier of 6-ish guys that can really kind of go wherever. And then there's kind of that teardrop of what we say, Bo Nix and who was 14, like Sam
Sam
Darnold, which
Darnold.
I had him a little bit higher, but in that tier, I feel like there's 3 tiers. They're all in this one.
Evan, I got a question. Do you think, let's put Jared Goff in a different situation, maybe like the New England Patriots of last year with that offense? Do you think he puts up the 4,500, 30-plus touchdowns?
I don't think he reaches all of those numbers that he did. I think, yeah, Connor makes a good point that there's an aspect to the Lions system that's obviously beneficial to him being a pocket passer, and having some of those weapons, and obviously New England did not. But I mean, I think you could say that with a lot of quarterbacks in the league, just putting them in New England situation, and a lot of them just aren't going to be successful. Frankly, honestly, the quarterbacks that are more mobile will probably be more successful in a New England way. And obviously, Jared Goff is, bottom quarter, bottom fifth of the league when it comes to mobility. So, yeah, I don't think he puts up those numbers in New England like he did with Detroit.
Like and I don't hate well, I kind of hate Jared Goff because he's on the Lions, but like I don't actually hate Jared Goff, and I do feel that I could see him being disrespected in a lot of these rankings of not being top 10 when he has all the stats and all the numbers and all of this stuff. But just my argument to it, which I already said, obviously, is just the situation that he is in is so unbelievably good for a quarterback of his style. Like you said, the pocket presence. He's gonna have the stats to compete and actually put up those numbers. And my other thing was, like I said earlier, just I don't know what he's really like elite at besides, possibly accuracy. I think he's a good quarterback all around, and just the situation makes it better, which is where I think people realize he's on the Lions with this offense. He's good, especially with taking last place in the division last year. I think that's also going to draw people because that just shouldn't happen with this type of offense.
Yeah.
And that's why, I just have him lower.
Yeah, so I guess that's just where like our rankings just differs, because I took into account just like the weapons they have as for how they will do this year. Because if we like, God willing, lose any huge weapons, you're gonna see a dip in production with Goff, and so there are just other quarterbacks that just drop below him strictly because of their lack of weapons. Where I'm just like, they're just not going to be able to perform, even if they have as much, if not more, talent. Just with their weapons, they just will not have the same production.
Let us know where you have Jared Goff in the comments below.
20
Dude, 12's
seconds.
a good spot too. Like,
Well,
last thing about it, like 12's high too. Like even though we're like,
who had him lowest? What was the lowest ranking someone had Goff, and who was it?
I guess we'll just move on to the next one.
It was Brendan. It was Brendan. He had him at 14.
Definitely was me. Definitely was me. Let's see. Yeah, I had Sam Darnold, Bo Nix above him. I'm just not a Jared Goff guy, man. It's just I think like
Nix above him is crazy though.
that is that's really gross.
led his team to the AFC Championship team. He just broke his ankle. It's not his fault. But
Defense.
Jared Goff, I think it's what Alex was kind of saying, bias. I from like 10 to 15, all these guys are in the same category to me. It's just I'm gonna put my guys above Jared Goff, and that's basically the reason that I have. Yeah. So no real deep dive into it, but that's about it. Number 11, we got Jaden Daniels. Alex was the highest at 9, and then me and Mason were around that as well. Alex, going on your JD5 quarterback if you'd like.
I feel like not last year, but his rookie year. I talked about it so much that I could really talk about it all day. When Jaden Daniels plays quarterback and is healthy and isn't worried about getting blitzed in after 1.3 seconds after the ball is snapped, he makes the game of football look so effortless. Like that's just something I've ever since he's been in the league on the Commanders. I obviously watch a lot of Commanders games, but that is something that like I'm just in awe of when it comes to Jaden Daniels. It almost seems like he's able to slow the game down, really read everything, process everything. He's hardly making, mental mistakes. Putting the ball in jeopardy. He doesn't throw into double triple coverage because he gets tricked by a fake blitzer or anything like that. His football IQ is very, very high. And also the fact that he's mobile, he can run forever. The biggest downside with Jaden Daniels is his stature. He needs to put on weight. I think that was his biggest problem last year. I think everybody kind of saw it, and it really came to fruition last year when we saw his elbow injury and everything else that kind of happened when he would have to take off due to his offensive line being really bad and all that stuff that was happening. So I do expect him to come into this season a little bit bulkier, which could affect his rushing ability. I wouldn't imagine too much, right? He's still going to be a very mobile quarterback, but I'm really, really high on Jaden Daniels. I have him at 9. I honestly I would probably have him higher if
Evan,
last
did
year
you have
was
him
a
higher
complete wash.
than 9?
No, I had him at 10.
Okay.
Yep, that's where I had him too.
Yeah, if he wouldn't have been injured all of last year, I think I probably would have had him higher, but I think last year was a wash, so I could really only go off of what I saw that rookie year and then part of last year. So, and obviously that rookie year was fucking one of the best we've ever seen from a rookie quarterback. So, had to put him at 9.
Yeah, I'm 100% at Jaden Daniels at 16. So, I had him very, very low. Great rookie year. I didn't really like
that was
what
actual. You were being serious?
Oh no, yeah, I actually had Jaden Daniels at 16. I was being for real.
Oh my fucking!
I also hate the situation he's in.
I can't change it, man. It's been
I,
done.
I don't care. That's fine. I'm standing by it. I don't like the situation that he's in. And I've been clear about that before. I don't think Terry McLaurin is going to be really worth a shit. I don't think he gets 1,000 yards. I don't think Luke McCaffrey is going to be a big game changer. Chig Conquell might go for 1,000. Shout out Chig. But I don't like his situation. That's really it. Him as a quarterback, he's very good. Let me say that he is very good. But just the team he's on, I don't really see him succeeding this year at all. Really, he's going to have to play superhero ball like Josh Allen does every year, and I don't think he's at that caliber yet. I think give him a couple more years and maybe he's got that chance. But as of right now, and his injuries weren't crazy too, but I'm kind of concerned about his injuries just because he had a few last year where he missed a bunch of games, and I'm thinking hopefully it doesn't too. Let me throw that out there, but I'm thinking that might be in the back of his head of he was rushing, trying to get the extra yards, scramble, do all this stuff, and end up getting hurt off of them. And I'm thinking, maybe is he a little scared to scramble now? And I also just don't think he's gonna be able to throw the ball well at all with the team that's around him.
Side note, real quick, where'd you have Jackson Dart then again?
Me?
Yes.
21.
Okay, got it.
21, 20, somewhere around there.
Temperature check, but yeah.
Gonna keep getting higher too. All right, top 10 quarterbacks.
Overrated list.
Any guess on who the number 10 is?
Caleb
I'm
Williams.
gonna go with
Jordan
Love.
Evan?
Caleb Williams is what I'll say.
It is Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams slots into this 10.
Jordan.
Evan and Mason were the lowest at 11, and then Alex, of all people, were the highest at 8. I had him at 10.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited. The second year, Ben Johnson, I think it's going to look a lot better. Luther Burden, Rome, Colson Loveland. I'm loving everything about the offense and the running backs with Swift and Monungai as well. I just think the second year Ben Johnson offense is just going to look a lot better. He was coming in with a really complex scheme, and it showed the first few games and obviously every game because we couldn't get off scoring until like the second half when we were down and had to make a miraculous comeback every game. having a full off season and having the same guys in the building, like we didn't really lose anybody, I think is going to be really good for Caleb's development as well. And really, I think everyone's going to say it, but it's just the accuracy, the completion percentage. If that goes up, uh, it's going to be pretty good for Caleb Williams this upcoming season. But if you guys had anything on Caleb, we can move to 9.
You touched on it, man. You said the accuracy. That's the only big reason why I had him out of the top 10. And again, you said it perfectly. If he tweaks that up, he's gonna be a top 10 quarterback for sure. Sad to say it, but
Yeah,
it's
it
true.
does suck to say, but I am happy he did crack the top 10 because I fully agree that Caleb Williams is a top 10 quarterback right now. So
Evan,
Yeah,
what's your
really.
take on Ben Johnson? I just want to know that.
Just like how I feel about him personally.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you think of Ben
the
Johnson, lay it
bias and
out.
unbiased opinion, both of them.
He's a great play caller, great offensive mind. I have respect for him in terms of his talent, but every year we see him, we just want to destroy him every year. What's going
100%
on?
as it should be. Good, good,
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
All right. All right. Alex, you have anything on Caleb? I don't want to skip over you.
No, I think you really hit the nail on the head. It's just going to be that getting that accuracy up, and then then what more are you looking for? You know what I mean? The
100%.
yards, obviously 4,000, but
Whatever. All right. Number
He
n-
doesn't care.
number number 9. Here we go. Number 9 is Jordan Love. So Jordan Love is the 9th quarterback. The highest was Connor at 8, and then the lowest was Alex at 13.
12.
Oh,
12.
sorry.
Oh, is
My
that the
apologies.
guy you were saying?
Yes. I
Who
actually
did-
okay. So full story here. I accidentally put Love and then Goff, but
Right.
so at 13, 12, it should be Goff then Love.
Okay.
At 12, 13.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Sorry.
yes, 12.
All right. Sorry. 12.
Yes,
He's at 12. He's at 12.
yes.
So
Not top 10. That's for damn sure.
It's- Why?
Brother, okay. Can I? I'm sorry. Let's go with the pros first. You guys go for the pros, and then I'll
Mason,
take
take it
over
away.
for the absolute fucking shit fest.
right here we go.
Pros, Tucker Kraft's going to be back. You saw what he was going to do if he was healthy the entire
Dog.
season. Christian Watson signed, so that chemistry is going to be sticking together. They've got great chemistry, him and Christian Watson. We're going to see a full 17-game season with both of them healthy. So that's really exciting to look forward to. Matthew Golden, up and rising star in this league. He's going to crack 1,000 damn near. So
Dude,
there's
Evan
a lot of
Evan
things
is
to like.
being disrespectful as hell right now. He's laughing. He's laughing at every player you bring up.
No, he's spitting facts though. This is crazy. What are we doing?
That shit's so funny. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mason. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're good. You're good. That's why he's going to be a top 10 quarterback this year. Sadly,
Top
the past
8.
2 seasons, I had at 9, had him at 9, so not
Yep,
8.
9.
But obviously, the stats. If you really want to look at the stats, they have not been there the past 2 seasons. But you look at the highlight film, man, and again, bias. I watch freaking Jordan Love all the time, but man, some of the throws he makes, you can't compare him to anyone else. So hopefully, he just makes more of those than picks. Back foot
No.
throws, baby.
Back foot throws. That's the
So
fadeaway.
sexy.
The fadeaway,
So
dude.
sexy. It's the
Build up
Every
sexiest
your
thing.
time I see
Like-
that little curl hop, I know it's a deep ball. My heart heart
Seeing the
skips a
ball
few beats.
disappear on the screen, you're like, yes, it's going to get caught somehow.
Yeah,
Somehow.
so there's not going to be a single person within 10 yards of this receiver that I'm about to look at.
That's
Yeah,
Or
just
it's
not
like
true.
6
That is fact.
people, and it somehow just falls right into his hand. It's
Perfect
just
accuracy. What can I
it's
say?
crazy, man. It's crazy.
I'll go really quick. I feel like Jared Goff and Jordan Love are kind of polar opposites of. I think Jared Goff has the stats of. People respect the stats of he throws for 4,500 yards, bunch of touchdowns, bunch of completions, all that kind of stuff. But I feel like Jordan Love, who doesn't necessarily have the stats, almost kind of has like the intangibles of like he plays great football while he's on the field, yet he doesn't have the insane stats, the MVP level stats. But when you actually watch him play during the game, he looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I will say the one thing that he has to work on, which he has done throughout his career so far, is he does make boneheaded plays of he tries to play too much of hero ball, and that's where he does end up throwing his interceptions. If he can tone that down and realize, if it's a second down, instead of forcing something up the field and throwing a pick, run out of bounds, do something, stop the play, recoup, and then go for a third down. And if it is third down, we don't necessarily need that deep ball and, really trying to play hero ball. Try and find something short. Try and scramble, because I think one of his I think his scrambling is underrated. Of if he can, escape the pocket and roll out, he's not bad at it. I wouldn't say he's top 10 at it, but I think it's something that's underrated in his game. So I think Jordan Love, when you actually watch him play, the talent that he has is there. It shows, but for a lot of the guys who looks at stats, I just don't think the stats are sexy. He doesn't have all the 4,000s, all the touchdowns and everything like that. But on the field, actual play, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
If you look at stats, no,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so you guys said all the positives. I like it. Obviously disagreed with quite a few things, but I'll start it off on a positive note. I will say last year, in my opinion, Jordan Love did a really good job taking care of the ball. He still had those, like Connor was saying, those boneheaded ass throws where he just throws it into triple coverage. But it was it was a lot fewer. They were more few and far between than they were, the previous 2 years. On the year, he only threw 6 interceptions. So, single digit interceptions is pretty solid, right? So that is a positive. He's taking care of the ball more. Negatives. Where do I start?
Here we go.
Year in and year out, right? First year starting, 2023. First year fully starting. Amazing year, right? 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, wild card win versus the Cowboys. Great year, 100%, right? I'll give you that. Since then, it has gotten worse and worse and worse, but yet for some reason his rankings and people talking about him keeps going up and up and up. And to me, just logically, that doesn't make any sense at all. You perform worse, but your rankings move up. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. He's throwing for less yards a year over the last 2 years compared to that 3 years ago. Each year it's gone down. He's throwing for less touchdowns each year compared to that first year. Year after year it's going down. Again, the interceptions, he took care of the ball last year, so that's a positive. I don't get the, and you can say all day, oh, he doesn't have the weapons, this and that. But yeah, I feel like a lot of quarterbacks have that argument when it comes to Josh Allen or Justin Herbert. And I'm not saying Jordan Love's on the level of Josh Allen. That's why we're talking about Jordan Love here, not Josh Allen yet. I totally understand that, but I don't think of Jordan Love with what he has shown me, what I've seen with my own eyes, aside from 1 year, 3 years ago. The last 2 seasons, which is what we said we were doing this based off of, the last 2 years and then going into next year, hasn't shown me any improvement. It's only shown me regression from that first year, which was very, very, very good. So I'm not on the Jordan Love train. Even if he was playing really well, I still wouldn't be, because he plays for the Green Bay Packers. But also, to me, it just logically doesn't make sense to keep putting this guy higher and higher in rankings when his stats just keep going down and down and down. And even if you don't want to talk about stats and you want to talk about passing the eye test, those freaking stupid moon balls off the back foot, yes, sure, they
work.
They look good. They work 70% of the time. Cool. That's a great percentage. But that other 30% of the time, it's way past in the safeties catching an interception, or it's 20 yards out of bounds, or, it doesn't look good. the play does not look good. So I can't have him in my top 10. So I have him
That's
at
fair.
my
That's also what I said though, because you're saying one of your big arguments was the stats, how they keep dropping, which I understand they are dropping, but that's what I also said. That's why I think Goff and Love are like the opposites of Goff has the stats, not the actual play. Jordan Love, the stats may not be there, but while he's on the field, the way he's actually playing is great. He also had his highest completion percentage this past year at 66%, which is good. So he also didn't play. He missed 2 games the last 2 years, which even so he wasn't going to throw for 4,000 yards. He was at pretty much 3,400 the last 2 years and didn't play for 2 games. So I mean, there's a chance throws for 200 more yards. He's at 3,800 in both of those games, so you never know. So you could take that into factor with not getting 4K. Were you disrespecting my math there for a second?
No, I'm following. Jeez.
Okay. But yeah, so he missed 2 games the last 2 years as well. So there's another reason why his stats may be down a little bit as well. But I can understand you're a Vikings fan. You're never going to root for Jordan Love, and that's okay. We all know he's a top 10.
All right, Evan.
Evan, would you like to add to the combo?
Yeah, I think Alex was making a lot of sense when I was listening to him talk. Jordan Love is a good quarterback. I think similar to what Connor said about Goff, there's nothing he's elite at. I think he is in the upper half for scrambling. I think you could argue he's top 10 in scrambling. But there's nothing about him that I'm ever worried about when I face. There are quarterbacks in the league that you have to look out for with a ton of different attributes. Nothing about Jordan Love makes me really worrisome. He probably would have done it last year, but in his 3 years as a starter, he's never won 10 games in a year. He probably would have done it last year. I'm not going to argue that, but he just hasn't done it yet. And I don't see how you can keep, like Alex said, jumping him up when he hasn't proven that he can win a bunch of games, stack wins on wins, and make a playoff run. Again, this goes back to my kind of philosophy. With the weapons he has, I just don't see him being able to perform. I think Tucker Kraft is a really nice tight end. I think Christian Watson's a joke. I thought the contract was egregious.
A joke. A joke.
I think Reed is your best receiver by far.
Hey.
In my opinion, I really like Reed, but I just don't see him having this big take a leap year, which he kind of, I feel like, needs to have. Because if you're content with being a wild card and getting bounced in the first, second round of playoffs every year, then great, stick with Jordan Love. But I just don't think he is the guy to get you over the hump.
I love that.
Love the different opinions. Love. What do you think about the Alec Pierce contract? Okay, good to know. There we go.
Absolute joke.
It's a lot of money. Again, at least he has 1,000 yards. At least he has 900. At least he has 800. At least he has 700 yards.
Get back in here.
But no, it's not a good contract either. I'm not
Right.
going to defend
I know.
it.
I just wanted to see kind of where you were on that.
At least he's hit 1,000 yards and played an entire season, though.
Yeah, well, Christian Watson's about to have 1,200.
Enough out of
Dude, that's my freaking wide receiver one. Stop talking about him like that.
Yeah, but wide receiver one. Leave me alone.
Matthew Golden's going for 1,000 too.
He has the potential. I wouldn't bet on it, but he's got the potential.
He's coming in hot.
You love talking about potential in Green Bay.
Yeah, every year. Potential.
It's our year, guys, right? All right. Number 8 is Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The highest
that.
was me and Mason, and then the lowest, I know we talked about it earlier, was Connor at 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not crazy.
What did-
Go ahead, Alex.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, what did you guys have, Matt?
8.
I had him at 8.
You guys, I had him at 7.
So then
Well, that's
Alex
the
was
AI.
the
It's
highest.
not being perfect. Sorry, man.
Okay.
You were the highest.
I was confused. No, if I had him at 7 and you said that you guys had him the highest, I was wondering where you guys had him. So I was about to be like, top 5, really? Wow. But
Yeah. Dak at 8. I think that's a good spot for him. I think I mentioned it a few months ago when we were talking about how bad Drake May was playing in the playoffs. This guy just doesn't make the playoffs, so he can't poop himself in the playoffs and make him look like shit. Uh,
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
it's the best thing to do. I mean, that's why Jared Goff is probably propped up so high because he missed the playoffs, so he can't poop himself in the playoffs anymore. But no, Dak continuously just misses the playoffs, so there's no chance for him to poop himself on live
And
TV.
damn, is
So-
he a dog in the regular season?
He is
Regular
a regular
season
season
dude.
dude. He is James Harden of the NFL, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's just
I like
what
that.
he is.
That is a
Love
good
that.
comparison.
I mean, fantasy demon. Just when the lights are bright, it's like, man, it's actually the sun shining in his face because he can't see because of the stadium. Because Jerry Jones is an idiot.
It's going to be a
Um,
good Dak season, especially with that shitty defense.
I mean, it's always going to be a good Dak season. It's just can they get enough wins to get into the playoffs? We'll just have to see.
No,
And if
not
they
the
do, they will lose
Giants.
first round. So it's
Yeah, the
okay.
Giants,
We
man,
don't
the
have to
Giants
worry.
are coming. Daddy Dart's hungry.
That's funny.
Sleeping.
All right, and then number 7, still top 7. This guy is always just gonna be in these convos until he, maybe wins a playoff game. Is Justin Herbert? Highest, hopefully this is correct, was Alex at 5, and then all of us were around that.
Wow.
All of us were around that 7 mark.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers are gonna be really good. The guys ahead of him have just proven a little bit more to me, where like they actually have a playoff win. So
Sure.
that's why I have him just at the 7th spot for me.
Is it the O-line coming back, Alex? That's doing it for you?
I think that's part of it. I think part of it too is I have to overcompensate because when we did our power rankings, I did the Chargers so dirty because I completely forgot
yes,
that
you
their
did.
tackles were
Yeah,
coming
you
back.
did.
Right,
So I did have to overcompensate just a little bit. But also, we'll get into it, I'm sure, because I had a hard time between who I had in my 6th spot and who I had, and with Herbert putting him in my 5. I'm going to take Herbert over this guy that we'll talk about, I guess, in a second, because the best ability is availability, right? He is out there. He's not injury prone. He can play. He puts up the stats. Ladd, right, has been was his best weapon 2 years
2 years
ago.
ago, yeah.
Quentin Johnston was his best weapon the year before. Like they're not like these perennial all pro guys. You know what I mean? I don't want to spoil anything here, but it's really hard for me to do where I have this guy without giving up who I put him ahead of.
No, I
because
got you.
because
We'll
of
get into
this.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
I
get
think I
into
know
it.
who
We'll
you're
get into it.
we can keep
We'll-
moving on, and we can
Okay,
get into it
okay,
later.
perfect.
But I
Yeah,
would
so
agree.
when that guy
But
comes
Justin
up-
Herbert,
Yeah, just bring him up
Yeah.
again.
Okay.
Justin
Alright,
Herbert
perfect.
he's one of those guys. Just once again, the intangibles, the things you can't really teach. Just when you think about just a good quarterback, it's Justin Herbert. The accuracy, the arm strength, just everything
The
about his
looks.
game. The
God.
looks, dude, that's elite right there.
Right,
Pause.
right. No,
He's just one of those guys
Resume.
who's always going to
Resume.
have that. If can the team around him be good enough to help him? I think this is probably going to be his best chance this year to have his best season. And I think once he wins a playoff game, there might be some crazy conversations, but that is for sure just the next thing he's got to do is he has to win a playoff game.
I'm really excited for
Totally
this
fair.
offense, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
All right, number 6, we have Drake May. Highest was Evan and Connor at 6, and then Alex had him at 10. I had him at 10.
I had him
All
at
right.
5. Dude, AI sucks. I had Drake made top 5.
I love that. I love
Sorry,
that.
man. I'm doing my best with 5 different lists. I
You're
apologize.
It's all right. No,
Ooh.
you're doing as well as you can, but yeah, I had Drake May at 5.
All right, then go in
Just
on.
number
I want to hear
10?
the 5. I want to hear the 5
You're
and then the 10.
disgusting.
Mason,
Yeah,
tell me about Drake
wow.
May then. Since
10.
you,
I mean, a lot of people are saying, and I mean, I've said it plenty of times that their schedule last year was easy, and that's why Drake May won all those games. That's why the Patriots made it. I agree, absolutely. But Drake May also had a hell of a season as a quarterback. The stats were there, accuracy. He was able to scramble. Great highlight film. So I think he just does the exact same thing. I don't think the Patriots got worse. Don't think they got much better. But having A.J. Brown in New England, that's a great target to have. I think a rejuvenated, really motivated A.J. Brown in New England is going to be pretty dangerous and scary. And Drake May's a great quarterback. So Those two are going to have a good connection. Hopefully. We'll see. I think it'll be a top 5 connection.
I mean, Evan, do you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I think a big thing with these rankings for me is, again, what they accomplished with who's around them and going to the Super Bowl with the roster he had is pretty big.
Yeah.
I think Henderson will look better next year, which I think will take a bit of a load off of May and kind of open up play action a little bit for him. Again, all the tape is there. I think he's really talented. Again, maybe counting stats aren't the greatest, but when you find a way to win, I think that's probably the biggest argument you can make for the list. So that's my simple take on him.
I mean, I think he's a guy who finished second in MVP voting last year. I understand the schedule, and I definitely understand the playoffs, how he looked horrendous. That you can't take that away. But like you said, the roster that he had last year, the weapons that he had are not very great. And then getting A.J. Brown this year, and which everyone can laugh is whatever, Romeo Dobbs is a wide receiver too. Honestly, probably better than what they had. Just saying.
That's true.
So to have the receiver core of those two now on top of the season he had last year, now he just has better weapons to then go out and compete at that same level. He's going to be one of the best quarterbacks this season. Idiot.
Alex at 10.
Dude, this is disgusting to me, dude.
How?
Okay, hold on. I'm about to get into it. I just pulled up the schedule from last year, and
we're back
I
to
don't
the
know
schedule.
why the hell we keep just dismissing. Oh, and I get that they had an easy schedule, but whatever. It's not whatever. They played the bottom 5 teams over and over and over again. I would fucking hope Drake May threw for a lot of yards and a lot of touchdowns and not a lot of interceptions versus those shit ass defenses. What are we talking about? Like, I feel like I'm going crazy here.
You need to take a breath, too. You gotta breathe sometimes, too.
The only couple of games that they played versus actual teams were the Buffalo Bills and the Ravens. They played the Chargers and the Texans in the playoffs, and we all know how terrible Drake May looked in the playoffs when it actually came time to play real NFL teams. So I get it. The stats were there last year. Stats don't matter, right? Jared Goff, he looks like shit.
Right.
They played terrible. Not Jared Goff, Drake May. Sorry, I had to clarify. There's a random shot. No,
Yeah,
random stray. But like you're playing out of 17 games. What you play 4. Your 3 other teams twice. That's 6 games. 8, 12, 11 games. Those other 11 games versus outside of their division. Out of those 11 games, 9 of them were against bottom 10 NFL teams. Like, what are we doing? Like, yes, right. He could be a really good quarterback, but also he could be a decent quarterback and still put up those stats versus the bottom 10 teams in the NFL. Like, this narrative of like, yeah, but he put up a lot of stats. He was second in MVP voting. I would fucking hope that was one of the easiest schedules I've seen in my entire life up to this point. So I would hope that he put up really good stats, and I would hope that he would be second in MVP voting. Couldn't get first with that easy ass cupcake schedule because Matthew Stafford, an actually good quarterback, won it. It doesn't make sense to me. So that's why I had Drake May at 10.
I mean, there's
That's
a schedule,
the most
but then
I'll give
there's
it.
also the improvement of his weapons. I feel like that's actually a big deal.
Yes, no, I totally get it. And that's why he's at 10 and not like 15. like
10's still good. 10's still really
10 is
good.
still
Still
good.
talking
10 is still
top
good.
10, right? We're still
Right.
and at the end of the day, we're arguing over what, four spots, 5 spots. What are we on?
And they're both
6.
top 10.
6,
so
yeah,
it's
so
really
4
good.
Okay,
spots.
so
It's
4
not a
spots.
big jump.
It's right. We're not talking 16 to 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yes, it getting this worked up is kind of crazy. My fault. I'll take a step back.
No, it's fine, bro. It's all good.
But
It was great.
Love it.
It's crazy to me that like yes, Connor made excellent points. AJ Brown, Romeo Dobbs, laugh all you want. I would also laugh too. Romeo Dobbs, wide receiver too. But it is better than Kayshawn Booty, right, as your wide receiver too.
I don't know, dude. He's pretty
So
good.
Nah,
No, I agree. I agree. He is pretty good, but I
he's all
think
right.
Romeo Dobbs probably takes a slight edge there. So I have to at least put him 10, right? And again, I can respect the year he had last year. You played terrible teams and you put up good stats. It's like, okay, to draw a comparison, you remember that stretch of like 5 games that the Vikings played where I was like, if JJ McCarthy looks like shit, then he can never play another NFL game. And he actually we won every single one of those games, and he actually looked really good. But I couldn't really be too happy because that's exactly what you're supposed to do. That was Drake May's entire season last year.
Fair.
So I'll give him top 10. He has a much better roster than he had last year. They drafted Will Campbell's replacement, so he'll freaking get kicked inside. I maybe, or he'll be putting fries in a freaking McDonald's bag for somebody next year. I don't know.
Amazon.
So yeah, no, that's it. Yes, he'll be packing Amazon boxes, but I don't know, man. Drake May number 10 for me, man. I cannot put him
it
any
checks
higher.
out. We were just checking to see kind of what the reason was for. It's all good, all good. Good breakdown too.
Thought you were gonna
All right.
pass out there for a second.
I was
when you
getting
first
to
started.
it.
I know
I'm
your
like,
veins were popping, dude.
What are we talking about?
I'm pretty
All
sure
right,
you
break
looked
the
popped out of your
schedule, man.
forehead. I thought you were literally gonna pass out.
It was close, man.
Dude, so this is going to be a
Flip
huge
that.
season for Mr. May. So
Yes.
all right,
100%.
top 5. Any guess on who number 5 is?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Matt Stafford, because I have
Lamar.
inside information.
Hopefully I did this one right. Joe Burrow is number 5.
Oh, it didn't matter that
Lowest
much. Okay.
was Mason and Alex. Does that sound right, Mason? You got him at
Yep,
6.
that's 6.
Okay.
So do I.
And then Evan, we're gonna need an explanation from this one at number 1. So
Yeah. So this one was kind of
crazy.
my hot take that I had to throw in there because I didn't realize Jared Goff being top 10 was going to be a hot take. But this one I wanted to do strictly because out of all the quarterbacks in the AFC in recent memory, the only ones to go to a Super Bowl are Burrow, Mahomes, and May. I haven't seen what I want out of other quarterbacks in the playoffs. I think Burrow has been obviously a product of a bad offensive line for a lot of his seasons and a terrible defense. Again, he's an Eli Apple away from potentially winning a Super Bowl. I think this year he's got all the weapons he needs. I think his team will make a jump this year. I think he's going to have his best year of his career by far. It's just kind of one of those things. Obviously, he's got all the skills. The top 5 is always super hard to rank with this. I think he's got all the talent. He's got all the roster help he needs on offense for the most part. I think Chase Brown will improve this year. I just have a good feeling. This one's just a feeling based thing for Burrow. You could have him at 5. I wouldn't argue with it. It's just kind of this year. I think it's his year. Or 6.
Yeah, and I don't hate it. I actually really love that take, and I would be happy for the dude if he was one of the best quarterbacks, the best quarterback in football. It's possible. It's definitely possible with Higgins and Chase.
You got to stay healthy. I mean, that's the one thing everyone's banking on
Availability.
is the health and the availability. Which, Alex, would you like to get into?
Sure. Yes.
Yes.
I would love it. Thank you for the alley oop there, Connor.
That's what I'm here for.
This was the other guy that I was talking about that I spent a good probably 5 minutes going back and forth on whether it's going to be Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert. I went and pulled up there on StatHead, the comparison side by side. They're both drafted in 2020. Herbert has about 4,000 more yards than Burrow right now, and has about 17 or 18 more games played. So almost an entire season, right? Which would equate to about that 4,000 yards. So pretty much an entire season over Joe Burrow. I said it earlier, the best ability is availability, right? And you can say that like we were saying earlier, that's a product of your terrible offensive line and your terrible defense. So you have to go out there and you have to sling the rock and you have to throw it all the time. So that's why you get your stats. And then your offensive line is terrible, so you get injured and you miss games and blah 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 blah. I get that, but also you have to keep I don't know how to say it, but like keep that same energy on the flip side where you're also a product of your weapons and you have one of the best weapons in the game in Jamar Chase, and then the best wide receiver too in the league in T. Higgins. Yep, I knew that was coming. But and also a really, really solid, serviceable runner and pass catcher in Chase Brown coming out of the backfield. So I again, we're arguing semantics here. We're literally arguing one spot versus or five. But I just for me, I'm talking about it a little bit more now because this plays directly into my putting Justin Herbert at number 5 and Joe Burrow at number 6 is because I get that Joe Burrow has the postseason success, made it to a Super Bowl, has shown that he can win those big games when the lights are the brightest. But again, when was that? 2021, 2022? Right. So his sophomore year. We're going into the 2026, 2027 NFL season. Like it's been a good amount of time since that has passed. And again, chalk it up to bad offensive line, bad defense. They can't make it to the playoffs. He's hurt all the time. What
was that?
So I don't know. Me personally, I'm just going to take Justin Herbert because I know that he is going to play a full season, and I know that he's going to play very well. And I know he's going to play very well without a Jamar Chase and a T. Higgins, with a freaking Lad McConkey, who, again, yes, 2 years ago was amazing, but last year fell off the face of the earth, and then a Quentin Johnston, who 2 years ago was a freaking cone, and then last year started off really hot and then fell off, the face of the earth. So that was just my reasoning for having Herbert at 5 and then Burrow at 6.
Money. I'm just going to go through these quick, the last 4, because they're kind of cemented.
Nice.
If you want to say something about one of them, go crazy. But number 4 is Matthew Stafford. Number 3 is Lamar Jackson.
That's where I am.
Number 2 is Patrick Mahomes. And then the number 1 is Josh Allen. So
Nice.
Yeah.
those 3 you can kind of have all in different orders. Lamar, Patrick, and Josh.
Or Joe Burrow.
No.
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 Can't give you that one, but
Sorry.
Yep, sorry.
But
Can't give you
the
that
top
one.
3,
Yeah.
I think, are cemented. But yeah, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I had Lamar at 4 only because when you start to get towards this top 5, top 4, top 3 portion of the list, everybody's elite, right? Everybody has super elite traits. They're the best at something. And to me, I value Stafford's ability to win in the postseason versus Lamar, choking in the postseason. So that's it. But again, also we're talking number 3 and number 4 in the league. So
Right.
Well,
What would be your reason? Because I'm just looking at your list, Alex, and you just mentioned that Mahomes over Allen. What would be the reasoning for that then?
I did not put Mahomes over Allen. Allen was my number 1. Mahomes was my number 2.
Sorry, other way around.
Okay,
Why did you have Allen over Mahomes? I apologize.
Yep, totally understandable with what I just said. The flip side of that is Josh Allen is elite at everything. Josh Allen is literally, to me, the perfect quarterback. Sure, he can be a little reckless with the ball sometimes, but I do also think that that's a side effect of constantly having to play Superman. That he's always has to go in and save the day, whether it's a big rush, big time throw, big decision he has to make, you know what I mean? Audible, flipping, all the pressure is on him. So I will give you the grace to make a boneheaded interception, here and there, which he has, the same breakdown I gave for Jordan Love is, compare it to 3 years ago. He is way miles and miles ahead of where he was in terms of his decision making and taking care of the ball. So Josh Allen to me is just an athletic freak who is elite at pretty much everything on the football field. Mahomes is very, very elite at pretty much everything as well, and wins in the postseason. I just think that Mahomes has also had the structure around him, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hills, everything around him. Whereas Josh Allen, who is this athletic freak, has had pretty much none of that. Has had a Stephon Diggs, so
He's got DJ Moore, so he's gonna be
Now,
even better
yes.
now.
There you go.
And those were our rankings. So I'll put the graphics out when those are done, and we'll have to fight people in the comments again. So that's always
as
fun.
per usual, just another day for the Cheesehead and the Bear podcast.
I had to put the pin comment in there, man. I was like, all right, before like people start going crazy, this is just how we did it.
Yep.
I don't know, Mason, what kind of comments you're putting. Your comments are getting a lot of likes, so shout out you.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude,
Yeah,
I don't know.
our people, our followers love you. I don't know what the hell
Just
it
the
is.
comments. I'm just gonna try to keep it going, but we'll see.
I
We'll
think the
of
last
something
one's at
clever.
like almost 20 or over 20 now, so that's pretty funny.
Yeah, yep. Elite
Like,
commenting.
How?
20 likes as a comment is kind of nuts. That's awesome.
That is crazy.
He's got half of the total likes as just his comment. That's crazy.
It's fair.
That's awesome. Hey, you know what? Sometimes a funny post or a cool post needs a little funny comment next to it. So
So
here
funny.
comes just whoa. Yeah, what the what is going on, Connor? Figure it out.
His cats are going nuts. You're on mute, bud.
You're muted, idiot.
Yeah,
You're
now
muted.
he's just talking on mute. Are we
Oh, I was
muted? There
still.
we go.
Yes,
No,
the whole-
no, yeah, I
Still,
was muted.
still
I
muted.
knew I was. I knew I was muted. I thought I tried to unmute. Yeah, I was just pretty much fighting my cat. It grabbed
Sick.
me, and the claw got stuck at the sleeve, and then it started doing like the bunny kicks and just ripped my hand apart.
Yeah.
Sick.
Best.
That's always
cool.
fun.
I do the same.
Well, I bet you wouldn't, but it's okay. We can move on.
Pow pow. Moving on. That is it for NFL. We went Lions discussion, talked about QBs. It is time for the NBA draft recap. Let's get into it. So, don't know if we watched much past 13. Obviously, if anyone was watching on TikTok live last night, we went live for a little bit, covering the draft, just giving our live thoughts and reactions. Obviously, all four of us here being Bucks fans, Evan's a Pistons fan, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. But we had a very, very big night last night. It was probably the biggest draft in Bucks history. So we will be talking about that. At pick 10 and 13, that's where we picked. But we got to start with number 1, with A.J. DeBanza going to Washington, and also Washington extending Trae Young. So now it is solidified. The Washington Wizards have a big 3 of Anthony Davis, Trae Young,
A what?
and AJ DeBanza.
Sorry.
It was supposed to be like a big 3 in quotes, but for audio listeners, I had
Why
to
did
make
you
it
say it again?
you know.
It was funny.
It was a big 3. We'll
All right,
see if
all right,
AD's
sorry.
healthy. Trae Young could be good again if he really is, holding it down as their first option. But AJ DeBanza, again, the freak of nature, goes number 1. I know Brennan has been huge on AJ DeBanza. Talk to us a little bit about AJ DeBanza, my friend.
Yeah. Best all-around player, I think. Huge body. I think he's like, I got it right here, 6'9",
Pretty sure he's
210.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. So yeah, Washington's getting a forward or a 3, whatever they want to put them. If they go AJ, Sar, and AD all in the same lineup, that's going to be pretty sweet. What's so funny? Why are you guys laughing?
He didn't say a damn thing, and you said appreciate that.
Oh, I thought he said I thought he said 6'9". I thought I heard
No,
it.
I said I'm pretty sure, and then you just go, he's 6'9.5". Appreciate that. Okay.
That's why I was
Appreciate-
laughing.
No, I was saying that to ESPN actually. Thank you,
Okay,
ESPN,
I
for
know,
killing
last
me.
second I saw Alex start dying, and then yeah.
So I
was
thought
so
it
funny
slipped
to me.
in. My bad.
Yeah, no,
No,
I
but
definitely
AJ
didn't say anything.
DeBanza, a very good scorer, big body, and I'm really excited for Washington as a team because we were kind of talking about it. They haven't really had anything to cheer for the last decade plus. So
Yeah.
bringing in
John Wall.
Yep,
literally.
seriously.
So they could possibly be sneaking into that play-in territory. We'll see with the week East, but Yeah, I'm excited for this Wizards team. If you got NBA Pass, I'm definitely gonna check that out for sure.
Yeah. Anyone else on AJ Debance at all? Any thoughts on him?
Not really. I think he was going into this draft. I think he was pretty clearly the number one prospect, the best player that was in this draft. And you got the number one pick. You got lucky in the lottery, and you go out and you just take the best guy available, the guy who's going to develop, I think, really well in the NBA. And you just hope that he can keep going on this trajectory of just getting better every single year, helping your team, and maybe he's the one that helps you go win a ring.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, moving down, we're not going to be, giving in-depth thoughts on each pick here. I think we're just going to be covering more storylines for anyone listening. So if you're expecting, your pick or your player to be coming up soon, don't expect that. We're not
I
going to
don't
be
really
going down
want to
the
talk
list
about
here.
Mikal Brown going to the Nets. That guy,
Right,
that guy is
exactly. We're
just
just
gonna
going
go to
to
the Nets and suck. So
we'll talk about some highlights here. And again, I know it kind of sounds like we're going down the list, but at number 2, I mean, this was a debate all year, whatever you want to say it, off season before the draft. I mean, was it really a conversation?
That's kind of why I was making that face. Is I feel like it was
Yeah.
pretty self-explanatory that AJ was going to go 1 and Darren was going to go 2. And Darren is damn good, man.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Just
He's
from
ranked
when
as the
he
best player in the draft on ESPN.
100%
Really?
over
Right.
position
Yes.
rank 1, overall rank 1. He is a beast,
hated
right?
that.
He couldn't stand it. He's a monster. When he was at Kansas, he didn't have to play full games because when he was out there, he was a beast. Also dealing with cramping issues. That was the
wonder-
official story
Yeah.
coming out of the Darren Peterson camp. But I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people were, I don't want to say too harsh when it came to Darren Peterson and his draft stock. But like, I don't know. I feel like when you get to the NBA, you're gonna play. You know what I mean? So these people saying like, "Oh, what happens when he goes out there and just doesn't want to play for you guys?" Is that even a realistic thought that anybody in Utah is having right now? No, I think they're going, "Holy shit, we got Darren Peterson and X, Y, and Z and everybody else that they have on that team." I just I don't know. I think it was pretty clear that Darren Peterson was going to go 2.
Yeah, kind of banking off what you were saying. I was one of those guys. Not that he wouldn't play, like he would sit out. I know we talked a lot about it before March Madness happened, and I'm like, yo, he's got to show at least something in these March Madness games to see that he has the heart and wants to be there, which he did, which obviously boosted up for me when he was playing like 30 minutes plus a game, because there was some nights where he would play like 20, and it's like, okay, we know you're good, and you're getting paid a lot of money at Kansas. Why are you not playing? Like, cramping is like, it's a thing, but you're like 18, 19 years old. It should not be like sending you out of games. And maybe they were winning a lot of the games they were playing, so you didn't have to. But I was kind of in that boat too, where it was scary until March Madness happened, and then I was like, okay, this guy wants to play and he wants to be there. And I think just like him going to, how the lottery fell when Washington was 1, they needed a forward. And then obviously with the Jazz, they have 85 power forwards and centers, so they don't need another big guy. So that was kind of why I think they went AJ and then Darren Peterson at 2.
Totally.
Yeah. Yep. And Jazz team, it was a great fit. You got Peterson, Bailey, Markkanen, Kessler, JJJ. We'll see what the Jazz can do with Darren Peterson.
Yeah, I think it's a
moving on.
perfect fit for him.
Yeah,
That's all I was gonna say.
absolutely. It really is a perfect fit. And like
Thanks for
Brendan
that.
said,
Anyways,
Thank you for participating in the NBA portion, Connor. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's funny. All right, yeah. Moving on here, I really don't have much to say about Cam Boozer going 3 to the Grizzlies or Caleb Wilson going 4 to the Bulls. Congrats to them. I don't know if anyone really has anything about it, but we pretty much saw those going 3-4. We predicted that first 4 correctly. We also predicted the first 5 correctly because Keaton Wagler also went to the Clippers. We'll see
stupid
how
Pacers.
he fits in. Yep, tough Pacers.
Could have been
Idiots.
you.
What could have been?
Dummies. So Keaton
could have
Wagler,
been?
another absolute stud of a guard, 6'5", 6'6". We'll see if he gets any starting minutes in LA.
You
Keep
think
going
they
down the
trade
list.
Kawhi?
He's coming up a lot, man, in these trade rumors.
That's tough, yeah.
There's a good possibility they just go, man, he's not on our timetable. We're not winning a championship anytime soon. Let's dump him because I think he was just an like all NBA. So you could kind of, dump him for a lot, honestly. And he's just a lot older than everyone else on the team. So that would be interesting to see if they move on from him this offseason.
I really think it depends on how that first 30, 35 games goes this season. If they're 15 and 15 not doing well, then obviously I think that's time that they move on and kind of just say rebuild. If they're 23 and 7 for some weird reason, then it's like he's
Kawhi
fucking
Leonard must
staying.
be God at that point.
Yeah. And then he's an MVP talks
Right.
for sure. So yeah, moving down the list a little bit more. Michael Brown going to Brooklyn. Congratulations, nothing crazy. But at 7, I think a steal of the draft that we could talk about a little bit here, because I know we were all mentioning this, is Darius Acuff going to the Sacramento Kings, falling down a little bit and landing with Sacramento. I don't know if anyone really wants to go too in depth, but I know that last night when it was live, we kind of just mentioned that we thought, that could be the steal of the draft. So if anyone had any more thoughts on that, they could expand.
Yeah, I mean, not trying to be funny, but the pick of 6 and 7 were just kind of like both Nets and Kings were fucked. I mean, both teams got fucked with the lottery, so whatever they kind of got, they were going to have to be happy with. Mikael Brown going to the Nets sucks, but getting Darius Acuff Jr. to the Kings, Logan with Nerd Sesh was very happy. Him being actually a Kings fan, which is nuts. They actually exist. Was kind of cool to hear his breakdown. He was pretty happy about it. He's just expecting them to trade, Acuff in about 3 years when he's at the peak of his powers. But they should just try to trade or get rid of all the old heads on this team and build around Acuff now, and maybe Monk because I think he's like 28 still somehow. But I agree. I think this is a steal of the first round, especially with Darius Acuff possibly going earlier and, landing with the Kings at 7 and having a cemented, offensive guy for the future at the guard position.
Yeah, very nice. Moving on. Number 8, Kingston Flemings went to the Hawks. Congratulations, Hawks. We'll see if, he can be any offensive help. Who knows? Alex, yeah?
I thought that pick was kind of interesting. I feel like the Hawks are we're in like a pretty desperate need for a big man, which is why in my mock I had them taking Mara there. So to see them go guard to me was just a little bit of a shock. I feel like they would have went forward or center there personally, but maybe they saw something in Flemings like during a workout or interview or whatever it was that made them sort of change their draft strategy. But I mean, based on just looking at that team and team needs, I wouldn't think that a guard would be on their radar at number 8.
Yeah, I think he's gonna take over that CJ McCollum 2 guard kind of when CJ is gone. So have a good mentor there, and obviously the Hawks needed a vet to come in there because I love Jalen Johnson, Wisconsin guy. I don't think he's just like cemented going to be the number 1 guy on the team. CJ is going to come in and be that offensive guy as well, and Fleming's going to learn a lot from CJ because he's been in the league forever at the same position and been pretty successful. So I agree. I thought Mara as well. That was what my mock had them taking. But, having a guard come off the bench is never a bad thing.
No,
Very true.
Yeah, absolutely not. Moving on, pick number 9, Morez Johnson is going to be reunited with his Michigan head coach, Dusty May. If you want to get Brendan's reaction, go on to our socials and check out his most recent video about that. So we do not have to talk about Morez Johnson because that is on the social.
I want to ask Evan about the Michigan guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. That's right. Holy shit. Morez Johnson, the first Michigan player taken off the board, and a lot of people were expecting it to be either Mara or Yaxel because, I mean, they were better last season. I mean, not much better. You can make the argument for Morez Johnson in the later half of the season, I think, but maybe. We'll see. But yeah,
doesn't look like it.
It was,
Doesn't seem like it.
strange pick to me. Like, I just didn't see it coming. I assumed it was going to be Mara or Yaxel being taken there by Dusty May, but we all knew it was going to be a Michigan guy. But yeah, getting an undersized center was just kind of weird. I know they're kind of weak at the center position, being the Mavericks. I mean, you've got Anthony Davis as a big down there.
He's
And
gone.
so I guess they.
He's at the Wizards
Washington.
now.
Yeah, he's
Oh
at the
yeah, no,
Wizards.
you're totally right.
They got Money Middleton running the four
Yeah,
out there, I
gosh,
think.
you're totally right.
Gafford, right?
Gafford or
Yeah, what's his
other
face?
dude.
Lively.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
Derek Lively's a dog, dude. Shut up.
He's
Derek
solid.
Lively.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he barely played. The problem was, yeah, he just didn't play last year. But
Yep.
so getting an undersized big is just kind of a head scratcher to me in this scenario. I know you want someone who's just going to go up there, maybe muscle some rebounds for your team. But again, at 6'9", he's not a big body. I thought Mara would have complemented a little better, just kind of stretching the floor a bit. And just complimenting Flag a little better than Johnson will. I just don't feel like Johnson's that much of an offensive support that the Mavericks kind of need a bit. So yeah, I was scratching my head at it. I was shocked at that pick, but I guess Dusty May saw something he liked.
Oh, he did. He definitely went in there and said, "We're taking a Michigan player. That's what we're doing." That is crazy. Yeah. Watched the video on socials. All I'll say is it was just kind of weird that they drafted a guy the same position as their cornerstone. Just a little weird in my opinion. So.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I know, because Yaxel is much older than Mara and
Mhm.
Johnson. Is Adai Mara significantly older than Johnson?
He's
I thought
19.
Mara
He's
was
19
a
or 20.
junior, and then Morez was a sophomore. Like a year difference in age.
Yeah, I
maybe?
think it was a year between them.
So, like, yeah, we were saying that on the live, like, last night. Like, hey, maybe it's because, Johnson's a little bit younger and, but really,
Yeah.
is a year between Mara and Johnson really that much of a difference to take one? Probably not, like you said. So,
Mm-hmm. And,
definitely a head scratcher. And I think a lot of people, I've seen people online saying that's Mavericks are losers of this draft just because of that, draft pick
Probably.
alone. So,
That's what they be saying. Some people.
some
That's
people
smart
be saying that,
Smart people.
Again, I didn't want to, spoil too much. Go watch. But yeah, the first Michigan player off the board was Morez Johnson at 9, and then immediately after that pick, I was ecstatic because Braden Burries, guard from Arizona, freshman stud, coming to the Milwaukee Bucks. I couldn't be happier. My family, dad, brother, and I have been watching a lot of Arizona basketball games. My dad's one of his best friends is an Arizona alum, so we always watch the games for him. We loved the team last year. We loved Braden Burries. I've got a couple friends that went to Arizona, so just a lot of weird kind of ties to Arizona. But Braden Burries, it's the player himself. He can score. He was clutch in big moments last year when he needed to be. He can do it all. Obviously, he's not going to be elite in any aspect coming in right away like Darren Peterson or AJ Dubance could be. But at pick 10, I think it was the absolute right pick for Milwaukee.
Yeah, I really thought the Mavs were going to take Burries because they don't have much guard play in Dallas, but yeah, we got a steal, I think. In my recap video of the draft yesterday, I was really ecstatic for this pick. Maybe not much for the 13th pick, but number 10, Braden Burries is going to be a good guard off the bench, and I'm really excited for him to play around Rollins and Hero for sure.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be completely honest. I did not think he was gonna make it to 10. So when I made that draft or made that mock draft, I did it more like hopeful that he would fall to us at 10. Turned out that is exactly where he landed. So huge for us. I think he's going to develop into a solid guy, and we can, like you said, him coming off the bench. I mean, you even said it earlier when we were talking about. I don't remember who we were talking about, but having a guard coming off the bench is not a bad thing. So.
Quickly moving on, picks 11, 12. Evan, if you wanted to mention anything about Yaxel going to Golden State or Mara going to Thunder, if you think one of the situations is better than the other, if you're just, liking both fits, what are your thoughts on the two more Michigan players being taken at 11 and 12.
Back to back.
Yeah, I think I like the Warriors taking Yaxel there. I think again he's on the older side. I think he's 23 right now. He should bring kind of a higher floor than a lot of players coming into the league. I don't know if his ceiling is going to be as high as others, but I think he's a very safe play to come in, produce pretty quickly while they're waiting for Jimmy Butler to come back. I don't think he's going to be, I know someone used the word cornerstone. I don't think he's going to be this revolutionary player or anything. He's not going to, be a 18 a game scorer, but I just think he'll give you solid minutes every day. And at least he'll be in the rotation pretty consistently. Mara, with the Thunder and all their draft picks, they have house money right now. It's so weird. They could draft whoever and they'd kind of be in a good situation. I think it's fine. Obviously, Chet is better, but there are similarities between them. I'm kind of interested to see how he's going to translate to the NBA side. Being kind of a skinnier body. And yeah, I don't know. It's like he's built as you want a tall center to be. I just don't know how strong he's going to hold up to other NBA players. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to go.
They took a shot on the Wemby stopper. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they got Chet. Hartenstein's coming back. Like,
Did they re-signed him?
No, that was more of a question. Sorry, I know.
Could be coming back.
I thought you saw something I didn't. I was
think
like,
he's already signed, to be honest. So.
Is he? Okay.
That would blow my mind with Chet, Hartenstein, and Mara now.
And Mara now. That's kind of where I'm at. It's a lot of depth, man.
If Wemby is on the court, all three of them are playing. That's what they're doing.
Build a wall. And the last pick we'll talk about here, the last lottery pick, falls to Milwaukee. And it kind of transitions well into what we're going to be talking about to end the NBA segment. As a part of that Giannis trade on Monday night, sadly, I was asleep when the bomb went off. I woke up at 3:40 in the morning, checked my phone just quickly to see if anything happened, and I was up until probably about 5 in the morning, just going down a loophole. So, yeah, Giannis was traded to the Miami Heat in exchange. Oh, and Bobby Portis. I got to say Bobby Portis as well. He's a part of this trade. Rest in peace, the 2021 team. But, yes, Giannis and Bobby Portis are on the move to Miami in exchange for Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kel'el Ware, Kasparas Yakuchonis, and the 13th overall pick in this draft went to Nate Ament. And we'll talk about him in a little bit, but we also got a couple more picks coming, pick swap, and a second rounder as well. So the haul is absolutely insane. We can briefly talk about Nate Ament at 13 before we transition more into Giannis. I know we did not want Ament, but I think the big thing here is that we didn't want him at 10. We get him a couple picks lower at 13. We don't really need much else in this draft, to be honest. We've got a lot of young players on this team. Why not take a swing on Nate Ament and in a couple of years see what he's going to be? So for me, I cooled down after I was a little upset about taking him, and I'm definitely a little bit more optimistic about Nate Ament at 13. And historically, that 13th pick has been phenomenal over the years. Giannis Antetokounmpo, I think, was 13th. No, he was 15th. But Tyler Hero, Devin Booker, I mean, you can just keep going. Kobe Bryant maybe was 13th. So crazy if you look at the 13th pick overall. So we'll see how Nate Ament plays out.
Okay. Interesting.
I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look up. I know Devin Booker and Tyler Hero were the 13th picks overall.
I don't know why, but I feel like Kobe came out of high school.
Kobe Bryant was the 13th overall pick.
Was he? Yeah, straight out of high school.
I thought that was the most wrong you could have ever been in my life, to be honest.
Go, mate.
Guys, I know ball. Come on now. Come on.
Well, I can't see you, so I couldn't trust
I don't know why
you.
I
wasn't looking in your eyes.
Grady Dick, Derek Queen.
Deflection.
Deflection. Put your camera back on.
Yeah, let's go back to Nate Ament.
Deflection again.
I don't
know what you guys said. I'm just trying to get through this
Turn
goddamn
your camera
episode.
on, you
Turn
loser.
your camera on. I can't trust you if I can't see you.
My camera is on.
It is not.
Oh,
It's fine.
Okay.
I think it's the same thing that happened to to Evan earlier, where it just
Try to.
breaks.
Yeah, I
All
guess.
right.
Oh,
Fair
Anyways,
enough.
Giannis. Shout out Giannis. He's gone. I'm sorry that we wasted your prime. John Horst, you suck. I hate you so much. You're the worst GM in basketball. Bobby Portis, also really sad that he's gone.
Big Bob on
shout out,
my ass.
shout out the Heat. I don't know how good they're really going to be because they have 7 guys on their roster right now and have no money to spend. But whatever. Anyways, Nate Ahmed, dude. I see everyone trying to be optimistic, but it's just like, which could he be a good player on like any other team? Yes. We just suck ass at developing players. I don't think we've developed a player since Giannis, and that's just because Giannis actually put in the work and like went in the lab and became really good. Um, I don't know what was going to happen with Nate Ahmed. I don't know if he's going to start or where if he's going to play. That was just the one guy I didn't want. That was McKeldrick Folk of the NBA draft. And we'll just have to see. Mason's being really optimistic, which is good. But we'll just have to see kind of how the season goes. But Giannis, you will be missed. Might have to change the name of my cat now. So we'll just see how that goes.
So you gonna change the name of your cat when LeBron retires, or?
No. He was never on the Bucks and left, so it's a little different. Maybe I'll just name him Thanasis, Thanani now. That's his name.
Yeah, I think
No,
that's the
don't
worst
do
idea
that.
you've ever had in your life.
Right.
Name him Hero. Hero.
All right. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
That's not happening. All right. Next.
I don't really have much on the Nate Ament pick. I think I'm more on the optimistic side, kind of with Mason here. I think in the moment it was kind of rough, just because thinking, we historically don't do that well with developing players since Giannis, and anybody that does that we do take that it is in need of development, we just kind of ship off before they reach any type of potential. So we don't have the greatest track record when it comes to developing that guy who needs to develop before you're able to put him in your lineup. But the Giannis trade, man, I super sad, right? Sucks. Cornerstone, brought the Bucks a championship, absolute GOAT, probably, in my opinion, probably the best Buck to ever wear the uniform. And maybe that's recency bias. I don't know. Obviously, I didn't watch freaking anybody else, so there's no really argument there for me. But I really do like the the picks that we got back, the picks and the players obviously that we got back. I don't understand. I see a little bit of discourse on Twitter when it comes to how we didn't take the Celtics offer, which is reported to have been Jaylen Brown and 2 firsts in like 2033 and 2032 or something like that.
I think it's 2031.
Okay. I feel like we would just be in the same exact position that we're in right now, or that we were in, before the trade, of having the only way that would make sense to me if we were to then immediately turn around and flip Jaylen Brown for whatever. But at that point, then you're hoping that you get a good return for Jaylen Brown and blah, 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 blah. So I'm glad they went with the sure thing of, Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, Kel'el Ware. Those, I don't really know much about. I'm not even going to try. Yaku Chones.
Yep.
There we go. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really know a damn thing about him. So
Don't have to. Just another body that I did not think we were going to get, to be honest. So
right,
20-year-old guard, and he's like 6'8", so he's pretty big.
Okay. So that's another guy that I'll have to do some research on, and maybe we see him play some minutes for the Bucks. Maybe not. But either way, I do really like the return of Tyler Hero to Milwaukee. I think that's a great storyline that gets you invested more with the trade, makes it. I don't want to even say softens the blow, right? Because obviously it's still a huge loss, you losing Giannis, but now you're bringing the hometown kid back. So that's a feel good story to go with. Kel'el Ware, I really like. I think he's going to do great. And then Jaime Jaquez is to me, a perfect guy to come off the bench. He knows his role. You know what you're going to get from him night in and night out. So I think he's super consistent. I really like having him. And then also the picks and the pick swaps were great. So I think we did the best we could and got the most we could have out of this Giannis trade. On the flip side of that, like Brendan was saying, what the hell are the Heat gonna do, man? You have
Connor,
seven,
you want to suit up?
seven
You've been
players
playing some basketball. You want to suit up for the Heat?
Seriously,
Yeah,
you
Connor,
can.
go
Is
for
this?
it.
You have,
I'll go give him 15 a night.
15,
like this?
15
I
minutes?
don't know. They have no money. They have no money. They have no players. To me, it doesn't make sense. Giannis wanted out to compete for a championship, and how the hell are you going to do that on this Heat team? I really don't get it. Trust me, I get Bam Adebayo and Giannis is a scary, scary duo, right? Especially the defense. That team is going to be really defensive focused. But now the Heat are, in my opinion, putting all their eggs in one basket of Norman Powell re-signing. Like he has to re-sign now, because if he doesn't, they're absolutely screwed. They won't get anything from anybody else offensively, really. Davion Mitchell really is a really good defender, but can't really rely on him on the offensive side of things. So I don't really know what the thought process was there.
Yeah.
All in.
Yeah, exactly. Bring up a good point with Paul. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he signs back because there's just no reason for him to take a pay cut. I think he had a very good year, and if he really wants to, I guess he can, but I don't see any reason for him to take a pay cut at all.
And Alex is off the screen. I don't know what's going on
damn
tonight,
it.
like
It's
visually.
fine. We're just about done, anyways.
There he
Okay.
goes. Yeah. I mean, if anyone else wants to say anything on Giannis or the Heat or anything, you can absolutely chime in. I mean, Evan, as a non-Bucks fan, what's your opinion on the whole thing?
I mean, yeah, I think you guys got a great haul for it. I'm more in the question of, like you guys just said, what are the Heat doing? Um, Frankly, outside of you guys mentioned everything, like their defense is going to be great, but I don't see them, being a big offensive threat. I think you guys have a good future now. You kind of needed the rebuild. You knew Giannis was leaving, so you just kind of needed to commit to it. You have young players now. You can start to build a core. Um, Again, I think it worked out better for you guys than it did the Heat, and I think 5 years from now, this will age much better for you guys.
It's really good to hear because, I mean, for the past 2 years after that Dame trade and then last year Miles Turner, it's like, my God, like how much worse could it really get? We had no draft capital, no future. I mean, it was a nightmare last season. So to come out of this with some new positive light and hearing someone say that, a lot of people say, that the Bucks are going to be off in a better position. It's a good feeling to know that we're walking out kind of on top. Now, I hope Giannis plays well. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my God, how dare, like, I hate him so much. I can't believe I'm not cheering for him. Like, you're just an idiot. You're an idiot. I hope he
100%.
absolutely dominates. I hope he goes back to that 30, 10, and 5. Maybe
Yeah.
that three ball will be sinking
MVP,
in
man.
Miami.
Like, please do it. Like that
Yeah.
would be amazing.
Yeah.
One other thing I kind of wanted to talk about too is I am very, very excited for this Bucks team for the future because this is completely uncharted territory. No Giannis, so this team is going to look very different. It's going to play very different. New head coach, like everything is brand new for this Milwaukee Bucks team. So it is going to be a very, very interesting year. Me and my dad were literally just talking about this before the podcast. I was talking to him a little bit, and like I can't even begin to explain or even think about like what this team is going to be, what their identity is going to be, what they're going to look like, what who's going to take the lead, who's going to do this, who's going to do that, because I don't know. You know what I mean? Everything is because of everything that I just said. Everything is new, so we're just gonna kind of have to wait for the season to start to kind of see what this Bucks team even looks like out on the court.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's very exciting.
You got to be optimistic. This is the time to be optimistic. Tyler Hero is just going to have to, play really well, and Khalil Ware is going to have to play and develop. And it's just something that we've never
Please.
done, except with Giannis. So it's, we got Taylor Jenkins, the guy we wanted, and now it's just let's be optimistic until it's either good or bad. So we'll have to
That's
just
all
wait.
you have. That's all you can do.
Where do the Bucks finish in the East next year? Way
Oh,
too
I,
early predictions.
I,
Top two,
10.
not two.
I think a play-in is kind of their ceiling, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
I'm
say
thinking right around like 11.
I'd probably go 11 or 12 to be more realistic. I said 10 just to be like happy. I'd probably say 12 if we're being realistic. I think it's going to take a while.
100%.
No
This is going
chemistry
to be 3 or
whatsoever.
4 years of not great basketball from
Yeah,
the
I think
Milwaukee
so
Bucks
too. It'll
for
be
sure.
fun and exciting, but
Yes.
we're going to have to build it up.
Yeah. Plus, you got to think too is 3 or 4 years, and then that Dame money's off the books. If we keep Miles Turner for however long, if we don't get rid of him before that, please,
Yeah.
please, please, for the love of God, get rid of
Please
him
get
before
rid
that.
of him. He sucks.
But like then that opens up all new opportunities when we're talking 3 or 4 years down the line. So when yes, I understand losing Giannis really sucks, but if you look at the grand scheme of things and you look at the big picture, there is a lot to be, maybe not in the immediate future this season, this next season, the season after that, but the future for the Bucks looks so much brighter than it looked 5 months ago.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that optimistic. We still don't have any of our draft picks after this year until like 2030, and the Miles Turner bullshit with Dame. So this Taylor Jenkins is gonna have to get in the lab and figure something out with this team because he took the job and kind of knew what it was. No one's really coming in to save anything, so this is gonna have to be a Tyler Hero, Burries, Rollins kind of trio, and we're just gonna have to see.
KPJ, AJ Green,
Those guys
Usman
are
Dang, come
those
on.
guys are on the team for sure.
Usman Dieng.
Those
Could be
guys are on the
anyone. It could
team.
be anybody.
Right.
What
Or
about
Matt
that one
Ryan.
dude who just won freaking MVP of his league?
Yeah, I don't even know if he's like
Bojan
under
Markovic.
contract.
Yeah, Bogey, dude. Come on.
Yeah,
Bring him over. Bring him in here.
another Horst, master class. But we're kind of going long here, so I think we're gonna cut it here. Do some
Yeah.
17 and 0 next week.
Yeah, that's fair.
Evan, I appreciate you coming on, brother. This is fun.
Hell yeah.
Getting some Lions
Hell yeah, man.
insight there. But with that, this is Cheese and the Bear podcast. Go Bears.
Skull,
Okay.
baby.
Go Packers.